What's up guys, I'm Joey and this is Performance Outdoor. I love all things outdoors, but my favorite thing is finding awesome quality gear that doesn't break the bank. If that's something you're interested in too, hopefully you'll check out some of my other videos and consider subscribing to the channel. Now about a month ago, I was walking through the aisles of Walmart and I saw this Ozark Trail two-person tent on sale for $25, which is normally $45, and at $25 they must have seen me coming a mile away because there's no way I could resist buying it. Even though I had just bought the Alps Lynx two-person tent that I recently took on a backpacking trip and really liked. I had just bought that one, but at $25, I can't not buy it. So I figured, what the hell, bring it home, let my kids play with it, see if I can rough it up a little bit.
Oh my gosh, Joey, what are you doing?
And after all, it is Ozark Trail. I mean, I've had Ozark Trail tents for a long time. They've always held up. The setup on it is really similar to the Alps Lynx 2 and a lot of the other two-person backpacking tents. It's coming in at 7.5 pounds, but let's look at that for a second. At 7.5 pounds, that's including these 10 steel stakes that are ridiculous. This is a pound of weight itself right here. So 7.5 pounds altogether, this makes up a pound of them. Now, the Alps Lynx 2 came with these 10 aluminum ones, which are 5 ounces. So there's a good amount of savings right there. My math is correct. That's 11 ounces of savings. And there's 10 of them. You don't really need 10 of them. So you can get under 5 ounces from the stakes right here. So it's already a little bit of weight savings. I'm not saying that this is a backpacking tent. If I'm going backpacking, I'm absolutely not taking this. Literally getting rid of those 10 stakes, and I'm going to use the ones that I had from the Alps Lynx 2 since I had already replaced those with some Coghlan ones that I've always used. Now, the tent itself, it's incredibly easy to set up, really similar to the Alps Lynx 2 and a lot of the other two-person backpacking tents, although this is a 3-pole system rather than a 2-pole system, as some of those other ones are. But really easy to set up. I would say it's idiot-proof, even though half the time I put the rain cover on upside down the first time I do it, but that's another story. But there are some pros and there's some cons about this. One of the cons obviously is the weight. I don't like that it's 3 poles because that's a little bit extra weight right there. But one of the really big pros on it is with the Alps Lynx 2, the floor of it is, it's like a really soft, like it's a ripstop material, but it's something that feels like it could rip if you just put it flat on the ground and there were rocks or sticks or anything underneath, which is why a lot of people, myself included, always has a tarp down underneath our tents. But the tarp is now something that you have to carry as well. But with this one, it actually has more of like a tarp kind of material for the floor, and it seems like it's something that's going to last a lot longer without requiring a ground tarp underneath it. Now, these are the poles that it comes with. They're ridiculously heavy, but one thing I have learned from Ozark Trail tents in the past is they hold up really well. I've had one since college, which was a while ago, and I've had one even since I was in probably middle school, and I've taken that out and used it a couple of times recently, and the elastic held up really well, even it being over 20 years old. They are really heavy, and like I said, this is a 3-pole system versus most of the other ones are a 2-pole system, and where the third one comes in is this cross piece, which initially I really disliked it. Like, why do you have to have an extra piece that's going across the bow of the tent? But when it's installed, it actually gives it a nice wide berth at the top, so it actually kind of pushes the side walls of the tent out a little bit. So at least when you're inside, it feels a little bit bigger. I know sometimes if there's a little bit of slack in the tent, it can kind of sink down on you a little bit and make you feel a little constricted. There's not really any slack opportunities with this because this is installed. It's stretching out the sides across, so it gives that nice wide open feeling. But the poles, I mean, let's be honest, they're really heavy. They're pretty ugly too. The color on them is just awful. There's some nice features on like the Alps engineering, the Alps mountaineering poles where they kind of seam together, like really clean and pretty. I'll put a little video of that here. Where these, it's just a traditional pole, but I mean, again, for 25 bucks, who cares really? look, I get it. There's probably some purists and some hardcore backpackers and hikers out there that are saying Ozark Trail 2-person tent, why would you even waste 45 bucks, or in my case 25 bucks on it? And I'm not telling you to take this thing backpacking. There's 100% there's better options out there. Spend a little bit more money. I mean, this is one of your big three: your tent, your sleeping bag, and your pack. You got to invest a little bit more money on it. But if you're looking for something to goof off with the kids, do a little car camping, or just something a little bit more like recreational, this actually isn't a bad option for you. Again, I always like finding those things that are bargain prices and good quality, and this really checks a box in both of those. So if you're looking for something cheap just to goof off with, or if it's just a gift for your kids that you know they're going to be really rough on, I would 100% recommend this. If you're looking for a backpacking tent, 100% do not recommend this. Look at something else. But if you're walking through Walmart and you see one of these on sale, I would say pick it up. So this is the Ozark Trail 2-person tent set up without the rain cover. Pretty quick and easy setup. You can see at the base where the poles go in, there's 2 grommets here. If the tent is slacking, you can actually pull this up, put it in the inside grommet to tighten things up a little bit. It's a 3-pole system, which is kind of a lot for a 2-person tent. It's just got the 2 crisscrossing poles here and here, and there's another one that is kind of crazy in my opinion. There's one that stretches across the bow of it, and it gives it a little bit more width, as you can see. But I don't know, it's 3 poles in such a small tent. It's kind of excessive, and the one thing about it is this is all like super tight. So I feel like if there was a point of failure on it, it'd be right here. Like these stitches could potentially come out because this is kind of tight. So it's got zippers on both sides with a zipper pull on the inside and the outside. So the Rainfly is super easy to put on. It's even easier to put on inside out or upside down, as I just demonstrated. When you finally do get it right though, it has 4 built-in guy lines, and it comes attached. Obviously you can untie this if you don't want to always have these here. It's got a really easy clip system where the rain fly just clips in right here to the main tent. With the cross beam, the pole, it does give it a nice wide profile, I will say that, even though it's just a little extra piece. It's kind of unnecessary, but it's what it is. Zipper pull on each side, giving way to a little covered porch area. So actually not a bad little system. Zipper pull to the inside. Now it does have kind of a more rugged floor. So I mean, this is more like a tarp kind of material, where some of the nicer tents, let's be honest, like the Alps mountaineering, has a little bit more of like a soft one that you're gonna want to have a ground tarp with. I would still probably use a ground tarp with this, but it does seem like this floor is built a little bit more sturdy and will hold up. So that's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, check out some of my other videos, and keep an eye out for a lot of new content coming out really soon. Thanks.